Okay, and we'll start the show from about right here. I took a couple of frames out of there. Right here they are. Over here got one. Over in the, get some honey out, give them some room. But the honey yield for the year is just simply amazing. Okay, I'll show you something. Let's get this around here first. I'd say that right there, these are just totally unfilled with no nectar in them. I'd say that's 99.9%, 100% filled. And we'll get that down there and get that honey out of that. You know, state fair quality. That frame is very heavy. Okay, now I have come up on a frame here. I'll show you something. You know, them bees knows they gotta get off this frame. They don't have no choice. You know. Okay, this frame right here, we're gonna move that down. They're working on it. That's very good comb structure right there. I do have a hive beetle there and there. I got him. Let's get that other. So. Okay. All honey. You know what I mean? It's all honey. That's perfect. Good foundation right there. Oh, it's really good. Okay, that was the side frame on this side, and this other one over here, the side frame on it was this one. This is the frame that was in this position. It's well drawn out, had a lot of bees on it. It has nectar in this side over here, and it has nectar in this side. Well, they'll pick right up. I'm gonna move that down. Oh, we've got another one here. Possibly I'll put this back in, but I'm going to take it out for the time being. Be easy with your bees. Okay, they got some nectar around there and around yonder, so I think I got some full. And on this side here, they started capping and full of nectar. So I'm gonna move this down because I think there'll be a couple of full frames down below. So I'm gonna park it back in here in the position. It was a second one over. So that's the way they'll. Well, we're gonna move them around. Yeah, we'll let them know we're here. But I think this whole see what we got here. You can see it's been a windy day here. It was hot earlier. It is cooling off. That top frame right there, this box, you know, I didn't see not one larva at all in that, none, zero. Okay, let's get this one on this side. Oh, yeah. Well, we got them nectar in there. A lot of nectar in there. A lot of it. This is a nectar comb. Same as this right here. Just look at that. That's not nectar. It's pollen. Oh, yeah. Pollen. Look at that pollen in there. Some of those are all the way completely full. Oh, pollen galore. You know, I'm just saying it's been a good year. That was the frame. It was on the west side of this box right here. To the hot side. So, yeah. Okay, the next one from that side. Oh, it's all, well, that's pollen, nectar, honey. No, there ain't no honey. It's all pollen and nectar. This one is the same. That does look like honey uncapped. Oh, that's a beautiful frame right there. If you can get a photo on that. That picturesque, let's say. Now, to your attention, a honey frame. That's honey on the top here, uncapped honey through here, pollen down there. A perfect, 100%, you know, there's no voids in that. Right down there, the comb is not filled completely out. This is one of those forays I went into that starter strip. I don't care for it. But the pollen, honey, nectar, you know, I think this is what beekeeping is right here. When you look through it, you can just see perfectly through there. Liquid gold, they say. It is getting around 5 o'clock in the evening. Not a good time to be working bees. I'll tell you that. So here we got honey, pollen. I don't see no larvas, no eggs or anything. A lot of pollen in there. Honey capped, and looks like honey to be ready to be capped, you know. Oh, yeah. You know, there's a queen in here somewhere. I don't have a clue where she'd be at. You know, you never do. Queen could be anywhere in that box right there. Even on the sidewall. But I was thinking these bees was run out of space. Pollen, honey. Yeah, it looks real good. See, I blowed my breath on them and it excited them. Carbon dioxide, I guess. Oh, yeah. You know, perfection. Same story. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's just a glistering sea of, I'm going to say it's honey that ain't been capped yet. There's some pollen in there too. As all the frames are consistent to the pattern, 100%. Some open spaces. And an uneducated guess, keeping in mind I don't know nothing about beekeeping, I'd say that's the way it's supposed to be. But it's about 5 o'clock in the evening, so that's not a good time to be working bees, if there's a good time, you know. These bees has been worked at this time before, though. They can expect it. Oh yeah, good healthy bees. Very little sugar water this year, just enough to give them a drink. And that's something I did do. I marked all of the hives with some kind of color on one end, and I do think it's important that you put these back in there near as you can to get them to where they're supposed to be at. You know what I mean? When you open up this hive right here, them bees has got it set up exactly the way they want it. If you do something to it, you're disrupting those bees. Keep that in mind. I think most people forgets about that. You know, they think they know more than that bee does. I'm just saying something I learned. Some hive beetles up toward the top, but down in this area I haven't seen a hive beetle. And I attribute that to a couple of things that I probably should tell everybody about that. But there are a lot of propolis on everything, you know. So, well, so. Okay, they have something to work with. Some room. You know, I'm kind of confident now. What we ended up with, I put some of that diatomaceous earth in that tray down there. I'll show it to you. I made them slide out trays for them hive beetles, and I just changed it out. So we'll see what the activity is tomorrow. You can tell a lot about a bottom board like that. I'm just saying. The bees never gets to it. It's got a screen in there. The bees can't go down, but the hive beetles can. So, yeah, it's about 5 o'clock. It's about 5 o'clock here. A little late, but I don't think the bees cared too much. I put some 2-to-1 sugar syrup in there, you know, just because I was in there today. Oh, I believe a hive beetle went in there just now. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see the queen or no indication that there's one in there other than they're really doing really good. So I'll show you what we got. Oh yeah, right there is a really good thing. That's all you need. You know, a new beekeeper like myself, I fell for it and ordered every available one there was. That's a pulley knife. Works real good. Show this to you. Yeah. I'll show you what we got. It's a very nice frame of honey. And I got in a habit of cutting a hole in my foundation at different places, and I think the bees likes it. Oh, there was one coming to get some open cell. But we'll, you know, that's 100% capped right there. The cells that don't have no caps right there, 2 rows kind of perfectly aligned, and over here 1 row at top and bottom, and a section in the middle, but there's nothing in them. They're perfectly clean. So you have to say this is 100% honey, capped row. And these bees made it. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. This was before I started putting it, and even some of these frames that I put a hole in, the bees just mends it right up and goes on. I'm just saying, mark it on the calendar. But same story here, you know, 100% capped. The cells that's not capped has nothing in them, so we ain't got no nectar to deal with. Okay, this is the 3rd one, and look how fat it is. It's a 1/2 inch on both sides. If you can get a profile on that, I'd say it's a little more than a 1/2 inch on this side over here, bordering on 3/4, and it's 100% capped. Oh, and it's if any indication of the last rendering, it's going to be a light colored honey. Get out of there, bee. We'll get something to go. The 4th frame, it has a small amount of nectar right here, which I'm going to cut that away and then feed that back to the bees. I'm going to cut that comb away. Only deal with the capped part. It'll just be bee food. This side's 100%. 100%. Some open cells, but the capped part is 100%. So that's the way I'm going to deal with the uncapped frame. And it's enough to where I'm going to extract it. Okay, the 5th frame is, and the bees has built it back perfectly clean, and you can almost see through it. And laid up another, you know, what I call 100%. No, it ain't. On this side over here, it's got a little nectar around there. I'll trim that away, and then we'll seal that honey out of there. 5 frames. But, you know, all the thanks in the world. It gets straightened up here. All of the thanks in the world goes out to my friend Mike. Got me started with these bees here, and we'll render this out and see what the poundage is. But I think, you know, they're 4.5 pounds per frame. You know, we got some weight there. So let's get on. We'll slang that out with that too. We got a 2-basket slanger. Go down there and put. I'm not going to slang them out today because I'm going to open up another hive tomorrow. Actually, I got 5 more to do. But you know, after all that round housing, them bees is as calm as can be. I put them bees up right there. That steak fire quality right there. All of them. And they're all swarm caught. Everything here is swarm caught. Up to the last hive down there. That original queen's in there, but she swarmed, and I caught her. So it's a technicality. So, documented on YouTube. You can check the playlist about that.